Tes. Oke, mantap. Mana Baizhunya? Katanya pas vote yang menang berapa orang? Apa itu Bang Hakim? Halo by the way. Aku tadi sudah daily, jadi kita skip langsung. Oh, mau butuh banget ini. Soalnya naikin apa? Aduh, naikin Favonius Sword. Aku kemarin kan gacha si cafe kan, dapat Favonius Sword. Mau pakai siapa ya? Antara Kazuha atau siapa ya? Visualize.
I'll lead the way. Follow me.
Cafe gua level 70, agak nanggung-nanggung gitu.
Positions.
Scanning. Breaking new ground.
Grow.
Wow. Kematian orang. Mati anak orang. Kayak nambah aja picunya cuma aja kan. Mungkin kayak. Coba aku cek dulu. C Baizhu. C Baizhu. Kalau cek di sini tempat gua itu salah. Aku nggak tahu makanya karena nggak punya karakternya. Ih, ada juga sih. Ada juga. Ini picunya pas skill A si Baizhu. Seamless shields. Nggak normal attack. Holistic revivification. Gimana sih ngomongin? Revivification. Oh, sorry. Ini tuh dapat shield itu dapat dari ini, dari setelah kita gunain skill A gitu. Lah. Inggris banget saya. Aku mau naikin si kajutot. Kajutot. Oh, naikin favorit. Aduh, satu lagi asem tanggung nama aja. Fish your eyes. Fish your eyes.
Here. Don't be scared. I see everything.
Sight clear. Feast your eyes.
Stay put.
Wah, mate anak orang kawan. Fish your eyes. Siapa yang friendship itu? Cepet banget anjir, gila ya. Experience 60 fps tuh beda bro, asli. Kalau di streaming gua nggak akan kerasa, tapi selain dari sini.
Positions. Don't be scared. Everyone hold hands.
Scanning. Breaking new ground. Take.
Langsung ready ya.
Here. Committed to memory.
Mate anak orang, gila. Langsung setengah lo darah gua, gila kan. Gokil. The power of performance itu. Itu kalau nih logo full apa namanya? Build bagus nih logo full HP gitu, mungkin lebih parah lagi. Sekali lagi. Salah Bang Basna. Berapa Basna? Sah. Ya saya so. Belum termasuk Nahida itu. Nahida bos.
Share my knowledge. Stay put. Hey.
Sight clear. Watch and learn.
Watch and learn.
Come at me.
Salah. Anak orang. Malam saya tidak bisa bangun dari ranjang. Dari ranjang? Kenapa bangun dari ranjang? Kenapa anda tidur dari ranjang sana? Resin dulu, resin baru kita lanjut ke story Baizhu dulu. Soalnya yang gue interest itu si Baizhu.
Positions. Here. Make yourselves at home. You look great. I see everything.
Sight clear. Breaking new ground.
Toto, kukudis.
at me.
Don't be scared. Just wait for a little.
Deh. Kita cek ya. Apakah bisa langsung emas? Kayaknya bisa langsung emas deh. Waduh, udah buang-buang resin gua sepertinya. Nah, apa-apa lah. Mau jalan-jalan saja gak bisa saking sakitnya tulang saya. Istirahat dulu aja, Bang. Tapi kayaknya kamu udah terlalu kerja deh. Katanya kamu kerja malam ya. Ini kayaknya. Nice. 9. Naikin apapun news saya. Kan beneran 2 anjir, gila. Habisin duit gua anjir. Sempet dah ini. 6. Bisa enggak ya? Coba kita coba dulu. Nggak bisa nih anjir. Iya, ngomong duit anjir. Itu 6. Satu lagi. Oh, satu lagi. Oh, kurang anjir ini. Oh, buset, aku ngeremehin. Oh, enggak. Cukup enggak ya? Oh, cukup. Malah. Sisanya cuma ini. Oke. Kerja biasanya habis subuh sampai jam 9 pagi. Itu tergantung pada tempat saya bekerja. Tergantung situasi berarti. Penting digaji udah aman lah. Walaupun kecil yang penting jaga-jaga aja duit itu. Nice, akhirnya. Portfolio to this. Ini tuh untuk karakter siapa 12 detik ini? CQ bagus ya. CQ ini kalau CQ kalau nggak pakai apa-apa pun ini masih ke trigger. Kemarin seharian saya gak mandi. Mandi bang. Soalnya kalau kamu nggak mandi kulitmu hitam nanti. Dan juga apa namanya, kamu tuh kayak muka kamu tuh atau kulit kamu tuh bakal kayak orang tua. Keriput gitulah. Bener-bener 5 resin gue, gila ya. 200 resin. Gokil. Jadi aku nanti mau naikin misalnya gue dapet si Kirara ya. Kemungkinan Kirara pakai weapon ini. Guys. Cuman nggak tahu buildnya gimana si Kirara. Aku cek persentasenya tuh berdamage dia. Tapi burstnya tuh damage-nya attack tapi gede banget. Masalahnya satu. Skill E-nya si Kirara tuh fokusnya ke HP. Jika cinta itu buta, maka kenapa cinta Boci kepadaku sangat terlihat. Udah keren-keren tipe Cina Boci. Boci itu siapa Bang Zal? Siapa Bang Zal? Halo Bang Zal. Bang Zal. Boci The Rock apa? Kita langsung aja ke. Oh enggak. Torigoto ya. Iya, Torigoto itu mochi orang itu. Aku tahu itu. Aku nonton episode 1 tuh kok ngantuk gitu ya. Vibe-nya kayak keon gitu. Tapi tiba-tiba kok makin kesana kok makin aneh. Ya out of the box banget loh anime itu. Bener-bener nampilin yang bukan kayak khas anime banget gitu. Mandi waktu sakit sama yang naik motor dalam keadaan hujan kecepatan 70 km per jam. Gila, 70 km per jam pakai motor. Wah bang, Basna, gila lu bang. Pelan-pelan aja kata gue bang. Aja kalau motor tuh, apalagi kalau di geng-geng perkecilan itu. Ah, intinya gitulah. Itu kalau nggak pakai helm itu langsung apa? Langsung tutup mata 10 menit itu. Nggak bisa lihat itu. Waifuku Bochi, Kokomi, Mah Seven, Kurumi, Kagome itu siapa? Gak tahu kok Kagome. Sama aku tahu karena pintar ngaji. Tahu tuh bukan pintar ngaji itu. Pinter ini apa? Pinter ngemasin barang-barang para ini, para penjajah apa sih namanya? Penjajah manusia. Tidak gitu. Wih. Ini clear rate-nya kurang ya nih, padahal pakai Pavonis. Tapi beruntungnya ya, bunganya nih bagus untuk si Nilo ini. Nah, berhubung Nilo gua clear rate-nya gede kan, nanti aku naikin ini. But that's a catch. Aku nggak punya, oh ada banyak, tapi sedikit banget. Kagome info pertama aku bang, aku nonton dari kelas 5 SD. Anime lama sih, ha? Kagome. Oh, Kagome Inuyasha tuh. Yang cewek hitam itu yang jadi heroin itu, yang heroin Inuyasha itu. Kagome. Itu anime yang paling legendaris anjir itu. Kan. Itu anime atau kartun sih? Antara anime lah aku akan bilang. Ya seperti itulah saya kalau mandi saat sakit. Iya, dingin iya sakit seperti tusuk jarum, sakit sekali. Gila. Itu tuh kamu stay aja dulu di situ di rumah. Jangan memaksakan diri kata gue. Tapi setidaknya kamu minum obat aja. Minimal tuh paracetamol lah intinya. Nah, kalau sudah minimal paracetamol itu insya Allah udah kelar itu tubuh sakitnya itu. Iya bang, nah itu anime pemersatu ya, pemersatu anak nostalgia itu anjir, bukan lagi kenapa itu. Kayaknya aku langsung cuma resi ini mau diapain ya. Weapon favoritnya sudah, tinggal Eula kayaknya. Ya sepertinya aku mau farming Eula guys. Oh ya, aku masih belum tahu performanya si Baizhu tuh gimana. Jadi aku masih abu-abu banget tentang Baizhu tuh. Bagusnya dia tuh katalis, jadi nge-infuse, jadi nge-aplikator. Hidronya bagus. Pakai tim ini anjir. Nah, aku nggak mau pakai tim ini. Ayo dong. Kita pakai Ember guys. Ember di sini katanya bagus.
I can't wait any longer.
Ini Zonely Island. Oh enggak, Supers.
I want to help.
Let's light it up. Go in.
Absorption test.
Go, very buddy.
Yo. Udah upgrade anjir. Dang. Sangat tidak masuk akal ya,
Off we
tidak
go.
upgrade. Mati anak orang.
Ouch! Meanie! Bet you can't keep up with me! Boba, get them! Stand clear! Animal test 63 of...
Nice. Itu yang aku cari. Itu batu anjir. Dulu bang, mati lampu soalnya paketan baterai saya habis banget. Thank you ya bang Sal. Udah sempat sih. Itu sebenarnya bateraimu atau kuotamu yang habis? Paketan baterai. Oke. Kita lanjut. Kita urusin dulu. Jadi kalau misalnya udah resin 40 kita ke sana lagi.
This road.
Oke, kita ke mana ini? Ini. Aku baru sadar ada kafe di situ. Aduh, gua sumpah. Sejak ada kafe, aku butuh banget ternyata dia. Oh, nice. I need you, man. 100%. Motion material use. Ini benar-benar nguntungin nggak sih ini? Berarti Wiwawut benar-benar guaranteed sampai 9.000 dong. Yeay. Wow. Waduh, kurang beberapa biji.
If you ever...
Aku mau cek dulu ini. Udah ready kan ini? Oke, ready semua. Nice. Kilo cafe med gila nggak? Sepaket cuy. Ditaruhnya di mana? Kita kesini aja lah. Mungkin di Layla tuh. Di water. Wow, mate. Ban. Gede anjir. Banget gila. Masih kurang. Wow, gede banget. Oke. Kita ke sana. Anjir gede banget gila. It's not my shop. Oh no, ada 2 orang. Tidak mau.
Oh, I just love theaters. They take you away from your troubles, and you just feel so free. I quite like this fountain. It's on the smaller side, but it serves its purpose well. The decorations on the side are quite lovely, too.
Kafe itu pemberat hati ternyata.
Did you build this theater yourself? Wow, it's the spitting image. Amazing. But we can't let a fantastic stage like this be without a dancer, can we? I can't wait to try out my new dance on it. The dance still needs a name, though. Could you pick one for me?
Zubaziar. Zubazir, Zubrazir. Arataki itu belum ada ini. Oke. Nah, ini nih. Iki nih. Halo Kak Mochi, selamat datang. Dapat primo gua di situ. Mana ya? Tapi di sini ada Layla. Tidak ada. Oh, Layla ada. Kendis yang ada. Apa yang harus ditumbalin? Si siapa yang tumbalin? Seno Hyperbloom kayaknya. Kendis. Rumahnya banget sih Kendis nih. Tapi Layla nggak tahu. Sehat bang, sehat. Palingan pilek gua. Masih pilek gitu. Setiap gua bangun pagi itu pilek terus gua, kenapa ya?
Little white houses, plants exclusive to the desert climate. Okay, I think I've got it. It's our village, isn't it? Reminds me of the first time I was out around those parts, doing some field work. When there's time, I'll have to tell you all about what happened on that trip. There are quite a few interesting bits.
Layla, sepertinya kau harus berpendapat kepada orang sebelahmu dulu sebelum kau bertindak. Mungkin pendapat sebelahmu jauh lebih bagus dibanding kamu sendiri.
I love our village's architectural style. I know I'm biased,
Setiap bangun pagi dia
but
dipilek.
that's not the reason why.
Iya, gue tuh setiap bangun pagi itu langsung pilek
Just
gitu.
look at these intricate patterns and beautiful facades.
Gimana cara
The
apa yang
ancient
ngatasin ya?
style really adds a lot of character, and it's all the more majestic in such a tranquil environment. Can I stay here and admire it for a little longer?
Not a little longer, just forever. It's good. Oke, udah nggak ada lagi. Lanjut, kesian. Kenapa kesian tuh? Ini sekarang masih pilek. Ya nggak punya. Oh, Nahida Cafe. Ini Tinari, dua-duanya nggak punya. Waduh, rich furnish. Apa yang aku harus hapus ini? Sebenarnya furniture bagus-bagus ya. Kok ini anjir? Nah, kok bisa kayak gini? Buset, keluar itu. Kayaknya nggak ada. So, aku tuh ada nggak ya? Atau memang turunan gua? Tapi enggak sih. Bapak gua masih aman-aman aja itu bapak. 1.300 apa yang aku harus hapus di sini? Ini. Wah, pantes. Gede amat, gila. Wow, searea gila. Tinggal jalan. Sini apakah ada Nahida di sini? Oh, ada.
This style is one of the most widely used in Sumeru. You can see its influence on many of the academia's buildings.
Setiap kali bangun pagi kayaknya jadi pilek.
If I could recommend only one of Sumeru's architecture styles, this one would be it. The central white section really brings the whole composition together.
Ada ini apa? Bentar. Bentar guys, ada telepon. Oke, sorry guys, ada yang telepon tadi. Halo Bang Sivol, sorry banget tadi. Tadi ada telepon tiba-tiba.
As for any shortcomings, I suppose the sections extending from the floral vault are prone to collecting dust. It must be a pain to clean them.
I see. So you've combined all your favorite sites from your travels into one. Like picking all your favorite candies out from a huge pile and building your dream house with them. Do you mind if I come in from the chimney just to take a look?
Bentar. Foto PP aku kan yang bagus, foto PP aku aja. Bentar. Dah. Selesai. Sorry tadi. Lagi ada orang tadi deh. Oke, selesai. Selesai. Ini sudah, ini sudah. Ini sudah. Dah. Oke, lanjut kita ke story Baizhu. Oh, Cici.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you lost?
Kiki dengan kok pendek Kiki daripada anak
No, I'm
anaknya.
not. My name's Ayu, and I'm here because
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gray. What's going on? Hi, Traveler and Paimon.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
Bukan anaknya.
no, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
So, what about your mom?
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse. I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Ride, so I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there? When we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone.
Huh?
I asked the Millith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured, maybe I could ask some other people in the city to help.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that right, Traveler? Changshan can help. She has a good sense of smell, like a dog. Hey! Who's talking about me behind my back?
Chengsheng, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
Wah, Baizhu.
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baizhu?
Uncle Baizhu.
Chengsheng, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition? As much as you can recall.
Yes, Uncle... Dr. Baizhu.
I see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Ride. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Is that so? Ayu, By any chance, is your mother's name Jiangli?
Whoa, yeah, it is. Do you know my mom, Dr. Baizhu?
Kok dia tahu?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to assist with the search. Would the two of you have time to join me?
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu that we'd help.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Well, that's
really?
wonderful. We are most grateful for your support.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is very important.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking to the Millilith guards at the city gates, see if they have an update.
The Herb of Healing.
His family. Oh, we have to find them.
Can you believe that little boy brought his father all this way to see the doctor? Oh, what a remarkable child. I didn't even know how to buy medicine by myself when I was his age.
Anak yang prihatin dengan bapaknya. Tentu saja, kenapa tidak, anjir? Aduh.
Site clear.
Lilith guard berbincang seseorang.
I searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that
I see.
complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield. But where are we gonna get the people?
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy. Dr. Baizhu. What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plains. But it is possible that he was bound for Luhua Pool.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
You take it.
You will? Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying.
I'm afraid we have to stay at our posts, so we won't be able to join you in the search.
Don't worry, Chase.
We'll update our superiors on the situation and see if they can assign anyone else to help.
Gua pool tuh jauh banget gila. Kita lewat sini, lewat sini. Sudah lama tidak eksplorasi di Liwe ya. Aku penasaran voice aktornya si siapa lagi? Si Baizhu itu siapa ya? Sinduri Satihu. Nama yang sangat tidak familiar di gua. Baru banget itu.
With all my strength. Dip. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Huh?
Dad! Dad, can you hear me?
Gadget saya. Siapa itu?
There's somebody over there! Oh no! It's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further! Watch where you're going!
Oh,
Oh, dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable. Are you all right? Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hotel! My, who do we have here? It's the Traveler in Paimon, and... my worst nightmare. I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Who, for saving this man.
Ben aku tahu ada di sini.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu.
You're... Are you? Who am I?
Your name is Jiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingse Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
Oh, my name is Jia Liang. Liyue Harbor. See the doctor? Yes, I'm Jia Liang, and I need to see the doctor. Wait, why do I need to see the doctor?
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hotel. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time. Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
Yes.
Huh? Why not? What's the problem? Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends? Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
There are traces of god remains in Jia Liang's system.
Oh, yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable. Paimon, sorry, what?
God remains?
There's no need to worry, Director Who. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Now you're bringing my great uncle into this? Baizhu, just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today. Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jia Liang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great uncle's sake and the travelers, of course. You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once.
Teleport.
Blockages within the cardiovascular system. Reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baizhu's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baizhu?
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
So it's been a long time indeed. No, I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you so much.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Who, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient. Any distractions heighten the risk of complications.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
See you tomorrow, Baizhu and Chang.
Bye for now, everyone.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
Ritual deh.
All's well that ends well, huh? You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baizhu mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like?
Ayu smart deh.
Yeah, you must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can find out while Baizhu's busy treating Ayu's dad.
Enter room.
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docs doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious about Baizhu's master. What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and Baizhu could tell so quickly that Jia Liang had God remains in his system?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war.
Regular sebat.
Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baizhu learn to spot them?
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baizhu's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Wow, fancy that! Huh. So, if he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baizhu's master?
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist. That pharmacist must have cast some some sort of spell on my great uncle. Because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead. My grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine. They never spoke to each other again.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives?
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng funeral parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him. And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baizhu is around me. He'd never tell me anything. But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say. Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers. Never mind. We'll just have to ask Baizhu himself about all of this tomorrow.
While you're here, have either of you seen Chi-Chi around? It's not every day I get to infiltrate Baizhu's lair, but alas, I didn't catch a single glimpse of her anywhere. Huh. What if Baizhu knew I'd be on the lookout for her and hid her away in advance?
Jangan. Bahaya nanti. Baik tidak usah diberitahu.
Come at me.
Iya.
Iya.
Iya. Sat. Scanning. Yang aku suka tuh ya, Cafe tuh ya kalau megang claymore kalau lagi plunging satu tangan men. Gila nggak tuh? Orang-orang pakai dua tangan gitu ya. Tapi faktanya bukan Cafe lah yang menggunakan semua kekuatan. Kekuatan untuk ngangkatnya itu kebantu oleh siapa sih yang komponen ini siapa? Koper itu nggak tahu namanya siapa. Arsitek.
Where's my key?
Bukan resepsionis jadi arsitek ternyata. Untuk talent si Cafe nanti aja lah. Sebenarnya udah siap gua tuh, tapi ini untuk al hitam. Kalau item semuanya gue naikin. Tapi cafe nih bro. Duh, item masih lama banget.
Come at me.
Langsung aja. Jam 8 ya.
It's a new day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Jialiang is doing. Everyone hold hands!
Nggak bisa ternyata. Saya di Liwe. Bukan di Sumeru.
Dad!
Are you?
Dad, you remember me!
Yes, I remember now. Oh, Ayu, I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom shown up yet? She's been gone for a while, hasn't she?
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baizhu's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baizhu.
My pleasure, really. It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be apologizing to you for not making the time to visit in all these years.
Not at all, Dr. Baizhu. It's only because Jiang Li... What was her reason again?
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while. Take it slowly and try not to overexert yourself.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
Director Hu, do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
It seems like the evil presence is gone after all. You really did manage to suppress it, huh? But how did you accomplish this in a single night?
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue to monitor Jia Liang for as long as you wish. Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Oh, come on, Baizhu. I'm not that unreasonable. I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baizhu, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Chiangsheng and myself for a moment.
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking, they'd have all seen the sorry state you're in by now. But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Who's there? Why did you follow us here? Oh, it's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
What did I just say about putting on a brave face? Traveler, Paimon, the truth is, Baizhu did not cure Jialiang's illness. Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient to temporarily subdue the poison in his system.
Transferring.
Baizhu, can you please explain all of this?
Dia nggak bisa menyembuhkannya.
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Changsheng's secret art to treat patients. I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient. The poison has not been purged from Jialiang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Changsheng as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
Changsheng? You can do that? Huh. Paimon always thought you were just Baiju's strange choice of a necklace. Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin. I was treating patients with Baiju's master's master long before he ever set eyes on his first medical text. Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
Please, that's enough.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
Hardly. Changsheng helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. We must find a way to neutralize the poison in Jialiang's body, and soon. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own.
Let us help you.
Baizhu, don't you think you should seize this opportunity? You cannot expect to hide this from everyone for your entire life. Time will see that all secrets surface eventually.
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you. But there's no need to thank us. You've helped us out before.
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. I think I should pay a visit to their family home and look for clues as to how he might have been exposed to it. Yes, I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot to the west of Qingsa village. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Chi-Chi to look after the pharmacy. As well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother, my fellow disciple Jiang Li.
Request for cure. Jauh amat. Wow, di situ tuh. Lebih jauh gila. Wait, ini kan tempat yang baru dibuka ya? Wah, aku gak nge-notice ini. Ya, ini tempat yang baru dibuka ini. Aku belum pernah kesini.
Whoa! There's a house all the way out here? Huh. It's so well hidden, Paimon's never noticed it before.
Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Salah.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Chingsa village many times in the past. If you ask me, Jiang Li was trying to remain unnoticed.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here. Could you tell us more about Jiang Li? You said she was your fellow disciple, right?
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. That must have been Jialiang. Wait, Changsheng, are you saying neither of you had actually met Jialiang or Ayu before all of this?
Jiang Li did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family. The last time she visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel? What happened?
Quarrel itu apa?
I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
Nor did Master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that should I ever encounter Jiang Li or her family in the future, I should do everything in my power to help them.
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jialiang.
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him. My decision would have remained the same.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baizhu. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type. Sorry.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions? You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
What the? Okay, that was the most suspicious sounding thing you've ever said.
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now. Jiang Li has lived in this house for many years. There must be something here that can shed a little light on this whole situation. Let's split up. But if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
Let's go. Let's go. Buku.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick! What is this?
Oh,
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains. Is it? Breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is alive.
life.
Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads, capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads. Offshoots, essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
The call of the... Wait. So back when Jia Liang ran off, maybe that explains where he was heading.
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient, the mother lode.
This is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to poison Jia Liang? Hey, why has everyone gone quiet all of a sudden? Since this poison was carefully hidden away in a secret compartment, the one who concocted it is likely a resident of the house.
Siapakah orang itu?
You mean Jia Liang? Why would he poison himself? Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here, and who might have expertise in crafting drugs. Huh? So you're saying it was Jiang Li? Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either. Why would she poison her own husband?
I agree.
Suami.
It makes little
Istri.
sense. Jiang Li does not strike me as the kind of person who would do such a thing.
Istrinya mungkin.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from god remains?
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jia Liang about it once he has made more progress in his recovery. Yes. According to the origins and symptoms of diseases, the minor lodes will disappear if the mother lode is purged. So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jia Liang's system without the need for any further treatment. Do you know anything about god remains in Qingsa village?
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging around here since the beginning of time. Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't tell you anything about this? Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone from her memory by now.
Whoa, what? Enter a contract? Share life force? Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon. Hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like me. With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of upsetting your stomach. Stronger and healthier? Wow, that's amazing! Baizhu, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few days.
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will be unable to accommodate your wishes, Paimon.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face? Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames, both of you! Baizhu, you're Mannequin Man!
Mannequin Man.
You're just a pain in the neck! This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek counsel from the Adepti about this?
With how antisocial they are? If it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk. What?
Seems you're as well connected as they say, traveler. We are truly fortunate to have you on our side.
Oh. If you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
Xiao. Wah.
You called?
Gets Paimon every time. Aren't all Adepti in the habit of materializing out of thin air like this?
Well, this is unexpected.
Unexpected.
Huh? It's you.
Baizhu of Bubu Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The lantern rite when we met briefly. I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
Huh? You two already know each other?
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me?
Jeez.
So someone has been concocting demonic poison. Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Chinksa village. A vile monster known as the Che once wrought havoc over this land, before it was subdued by Rex Lapis. The land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Chinksa village was founded some time after that. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Che is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the leak. I do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolutely necessary. But when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again.
Thank you, Xiao.
Nothing. I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them. That's Xiao for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info to go off of.
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips. If we can find the cave...
Master! Master! There's a problem!
Gui? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic.
Maksud jauh
Just
banget.
catch your breath and tell me everything.
It's Jiaoliang. He was fine one minute and then he suddenly took a turn for the worse.
Already? How? Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next 3 days at least.
It seems that my worst fears have been confirmed. Everyone, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now.
Jadi Gokistan dah. Cak. Jadi Gokistan dah.
Dad, what's wrong? Dad.
Don't be scared. Dr. Baizhu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baizhu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, But then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full word out anymore.
When Gui left, he was still conscious. But now...
Gui, please take Jialiang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Baizhu's not gonna use Changsheng's secret art again, is he? Is there really no other way to save Jialiang?
Oh, please don't worry. Dr. Baizhu will find a way.
But...
Bagus dan. Ada apa ini? Coba ya aku atur ini apa pengaturannya di sini. Settingan itu. Ini nge-lag ya ini. Coba aku atur ke 60 fps. Tambah nge-lag lagi kayaknya. Video output. Oh, aku
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again, are you?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but somehow I feel even better than usual. Wait, where's Dr. Baizhu? I still haven't had a chance to thank him. Seems he moved me here before I came to.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row. I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to discuss it properly with Jiang Li once we find her. Speaking of which, has there been any word of her whereabouts yet?
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with them again in a bit.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest that you stay and rest at Boo Boo Pharmacy for now. I can accompany Ayu to the Adventurers Guild.
I suppose you're right. I'll have to rely on you this time. Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baizhu in person once he's finished resting.
Traveler, Baizhu hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat Jialiang again. Do you think he... Huh? Hey, wait up!
Dayanya makin melemah itu si Baizhu nih.
You're finally awake? That was far too risky. Even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. I managed to learn something. Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baizhu's gonna nap for? They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just... Who's talking behind our backs again? Ah! Baizhu! Chang-chang!
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion. But, with Chang-chang's help, I will recover in time.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so soon?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. Jialiang is in fact suffering from more than one ailment. And as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition. Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the longer term, causes irreversible damage to the internal organs. Though it was created from God remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to impact his cognition. Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiang Li had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy, or he could have still perished at any moment.
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiang Li has exposed herself to them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jialiang's life, Jiang Li has abandoned all regard for her own safety.
I never suspected that even Jiang Li would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate.
Aku tuh penasaran sih. Poison itu tuh apakah ada hubungannya dengan lawannya Adeptai, lawannya Zhongli gitu? Atau kayak Xiao gitu?
To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible. Whatever the cost may be.
Jiwa.
Well, I think
Wait,
that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in
Ya
mind.
ya ya. Jangan terlalu banyak spam, nanti ban nanti. Thank you.
In any case, I have stabilized
Emang
Jialiang's
pendek,
condition
emang.
for now. So our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingsa village and find out where Jiang Li is. Her regular exposure to God remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health.
Mana ya caranya streaming tapi nggak nge-lag gitu. Nggak apa-apa kalau gamenya nge-lag. Wait, what the heck are you?
And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baizhu.
heard everything already.
Dr. Baizhu, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiangli's sake. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I can show you the way. I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you should stay here and rest.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now. Right now. Before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you sure you're prepared for that?
Kagut.
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue. So why should I fear it? There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Very well. Then follow me.
Duduk di situ.
Dr. Baizhu, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
Dr. Baizhu, do you mean...
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself again.
Okay.
Quest for the cube.
Everyone, please be careful.
Dadah Cici. Sampai jumpa. Wait, mana hutau ya? Hutaunya mana? Aku punya hutau. Ada hutau aja di sini. Domainnya di sini ya, domainnya. Baik, maaf ya lama, nggak apa-apa.
Huh? When did it start to rain? Oh no, I forgot to bring an umbrella.
Waduh, kok jatuh terus dah.
Did you see that? That bolt of lightning was such an interesting shape.
Halo Kak Mochi. Cerah lagi.
I get dizzy and sleepy when I'm under the sun for too long. It's a similar feeling to pulling an all-nighter on a work project.
Bentar ya, aku kencing bentar ya.
Where's my key? Not again.
Nah, alhamdulillah. Ya. Berarti kita ke challenge baru.
That strange feeling is back.
Nah, ini.
It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Or because the leakage of Che blood is growing more severe? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's this way.
Di sana. Bukan di rumah situ.
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Itu kota Jialiang.
I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way.
Itu kota.
This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
Ayo, halo Bang Kaju.
This place.
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue the search.
No, I have to keep going. Jiangli is still waiting for me.
Oh, Jiangli dengan Jialiang tuh namanya. Terkadang tuh gue kira tipu, ternyata nama yang sama.
Then let's hurry.
Kak Mochi, bilang aja bahasa Indonesia, jangan pakai bahasa Nihongo kayak gitu. Oke, ntar dulu ya, kayaknya Baizhu kepake sih. Jadi yau aku lepas nanti. Kita pakai Layla lah, biar jauh lebih bebas sedikit. Mana Layla? Kafe gimana Bang? Bagus Kak? Aku belum coba secara menyeluruh. Tapi aku pernah spiral. Kalau di Kopul Nilo itu gila-gilaan itu. Apalagi lawan sama Kenki. Enak juga dibilang enggak, tapi anxiety jawabannya iya. Malahan kata gue kayak setara sih dengan Yao tapi masih aman Yao Nahida. Kafein itu jalur tersendiri dia tuh. Bagusnya kafein itu kalau kalian pikir kafe itu butuh healer, jawabannya adalah sebenarnya kalau secara harfiah itu tidak butuh healer. Tapi kalau di konstelasi satu ya, aku punya by the way, jadi aku bisa ngerasain potensi survivability-nya si kafe itu seberapa bagusnya. Jadi kalau untuk di sini tuh bagus loh di sini. Itu incoming healing bonus ya itu 50% dan 25% dendro resistance. Ini tuh gede banget ini kalau kata. Incoming healing bonus 50% men. Kagak ada men bisa segede itu. Sekelas karakter on field healer. On field karakter. Dan ya ini tuh benar-benar ngandelin yang fokusnya aku ke Bergen dan juga Dendrocore. Jadi jangan heran kenapa damage dari ini ya regen HP 300% itu akan ditambahin incoming healing bonus gitu. Jadi ini tuh bisa dibilang kayak gimana ya? Campuran antara Yao dengan Nilo mungkin ya aku bisa bilang ya. Tapi kayak sepak gitu. Pertanyaan yang aku bingung itu ya, sebenarnya dia ini bisa gantiin Nahida nggak? Ataupun Dendro MC gitu yang fokusnya tuh kayak ya Dendro field pokoknya dia. Masalahnya satu si kafe ini. Energinya gede banget. Anjir, 80. Untuk sekelas yang pengen jadi on field driver itu keterlaluan gede banget. Dan sayangnya sekali skill E-nya dropnya ini itu dua partikel. Kamu tahu berapa kayak ngisinya itu cuman kayak 10% dari totalnya itu. Walaupun udah 200 nih. 218 nih. Pakai Favonius ya. Terus pakai Glided nggak punya AR kayaknya ini. Oh ada AR. Kalaupun ini lepas ya nggak ada AR sedikit pun ya. Itu pun 200-an itu. 215-an. Dan yang gua nggak sukanya dia itu ya di skill E nya si ini di konstelasinya ini tuh nggak ada yang bisa menambah energi regen. Semuanya tuh ofensif semua buff-nya ini konstelasinya. Ini extra reaction, ini nambah skill nggak guna juga itu. Nah ini dendrocore damage-nya ini bagus. Ini burst-nya, ini attack speed-nya. Performa dia itu bener-bener kayak memuncak gitu. Halo Bang Hua, Haumea. Bang Haumea. Dendro kayak di MC enggak, beda banget kata gue. Beda cuy. Dendro itu gak bisa, Dendro itu bisa berdamage gitu. Nah, si Cafe ini tuh agak sedikit berbeda dia tuh fokusnya ke Dendro core burst damage di sini. Ini kalau kamu ningkatin damage, talent ini bagus ini. Thank you kak, sama kakaknya. Kalian semua kakak semualah. Aku harap kalian bukan hoodoo. Dadah Kak Mochi, sampai jumpa. Oke, jadi aku secara sekilas Cafe ini bagus kalau untuk jadiin performa DPS lagi on field driver. Salah, bukan DPS jadi. Supporting buffer dendro core ini. Tapi sayangnya kalau kalian cek di sini itu statnya itu kayak adaptif dia itu. Benar-benar dari base-nya si dendro core ini. Ini.
Where's my key?
Mana tadi? Ini. Nah, ini tuh tambahnya tuh bukan kayak nambah persentase gitu. Nah intinya gitu. Kayak masuk ke sini nah ditambah. Nah, intinya gitu. Jadi sifatnya itu ya jadi plus-plus aja itu, dan kebanyakan orang katanya value-nya ini tuh berapa sih kalau level 9 ini tuh? 36% ya. Kalau level 9 ini. Value-nya nggak terlalu gede amat. Jadi aku rasa yang bagus konstelasi itu cuma di C6 sih. Cuman aku tuh penasaran di C6 di si Cafe itu. Ini tuh kayak ambigu sih. Kalimat tuh aneh loh. Dendrocore yang ciptakan oleh si Bloom Reaction. Nah, ini tuh yang nge-Bloom Reaction itu Cafe atau setim partinya. Atau Cafe trigger gitu. Berarti Cafe sendiri dong. Ini tuh kayak Copium tapi kayak bilang performanya tuh nggak ngerti gue men. Aku nggak tahu ya yang punya C4 gimana guys. Bagaimana performa C4 si Cafe ya? Apakah ini rekomendasi untuk semua user? Kita nggak tahu. Aku nggak tahu juga. Tapi yang penting kalau gua saranin kejar di C3 dulu aja. Cafe trigger itu jadi rada gak guna. Bener, aku tuh bingung di situ. Kenapa dia fokusnya ke dendro core ya? Aneh loh. Maksud gua gini, performa si Cafe itu sebenarnya tuh bukan dari si Cafe itu. Harusnya si ini tuh ya kalau bisa jangan Cafe gitu. Kalau bisa separty tim ini. Ini kalau separty tim ini gokil men, ini konstelasi terbaiknya ini. Tapi sayangnya ke Cafe sayangnya. Coba yang punya C4 lah. Siapa yang punya? Aku nggak tahu ya. Gua masih C1. Aku nggak berani untuk gacha lagi. Enabler dendro apa belum kayak Nilo dia. Role ya. Enabler ya. Enabler driver on field. Dah itu doang. Ini drive enabler on field. Nah, itu 3 role yang dia dapetin sekarang ini. Masalah itu terpart. Ya itu sih. Kita nggak tahu performanya gimana kalau untuk secara DPS-nya. Tapi yang gua nggak suka tuh energinya. Energinya itu 80. Jadi kalau gua bilang apakah worth it gacha Cafe itu? Nggak tahu ya. Aku masih belum mikir-mikir gua. Cuman yang gua penasaran itu adalah kalau kamu pakai Cafe, apakah kamu butuh healer? Kalau untuk dari sifat di sini tuh kamu butuh healer sepertinya. Kamu tuh jangan harapin Cafe doang, kamu tuh harus ngarepin separty kalian. Kalau misalnya Nahida kalian dead, ya nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain, contohnya gitu. Aku sudah coba sih pakai timing kayak gini tuh. Singki kalau nggak salah ini. Nah,
May knowledge guide you.
ini tuh kayak gimana ya? Kayak aku tuh kayak ada kekurangan gitu. Cuman baik-baik aja gitu. Ya ini kalau nggak salah ya. Singki ini lo aku pernah di spiral habis ini pakai tim ini. Agak aneh tapi kayak enak aja gitu. Cuman aku tuh bener-bener anxiety setelah lawan Baku Genki 3 biji itu. Tapi aku ngerasain kok kuat banget Cafe ya. Mungkin karena dia tuh healing terus gitu. Walaupun ada delaynya sedikit. Dikit sih. Ini nih. Incoming healing bonus men 50% loh. Itu tuh nggak kecil anjir. Incoming healing bonus itu.
Where's my...
Incoming healing bonus tuh nggak kecil gila. Kalian tahu Maiden Beloved tuh berapa? Maiden Beloved tuh nggak hanya dapat healing ya. Tapi juga dapat ini receive incoming healing bonus. Ini incoming healing bonus ini. Healing receive all party members ini. 20%. 20% tuh kecil masih. Ini bro 90% di 50% loh. Cookie aja nggak sampai kayak gitu. Cookie itu berapa sih? Ini. Oh healing bonus ini. Jadi untuk si Cafe itu healingnya kuat banget ini. Nah yang gue penasaran itu adalah apakah Cafe ini bisa pakai artefak Maiden Beloved. Nah aku penasaran di situ. Atau full set sih. Siapa sih yang berani pakai 4 Maiden? Ayo angkat tangan. Biar survivability-nya makin kuat gitu kan anjay. Mungkin aja kalau kalian punya Maiden gitu ya, siapa tahu kayak gini gitu. Coba experience kalian itu, coba. Artinya ngambil dendro core-nya rada gak guna. Udah guna-guna semua, yang penting dia tuh berdamage lah. Yang nampil dah itu doang yang nanti berdamage gitu. Cuma masalahnya satu, Cafe ini tuh butuh nilo nggak? Itu aku cek ya, ternyata skill si Cafe itu ya, setelah dia skill ya ataupun burst ya, casting ya aku bilang ya, castnya ya, itu tuh langsung meledak belumnya itu, boom langsung, gila nggak tuh? Gokil, gokil sih kata gue, gila gitu. Nah ya ini nah, dan menurutku sih immediately burst. Nah, yang gue suka di sini itu adalah semua dendroker tercipta dari semua party member kalian itu terhadap Bloom. Pokoknya Bloom Virgin, Bloom yang Bountiful Core ataupun Dendro Core dan juga Hyper Bloom. Nah, ini tuh nambah damage di sini. Nih 27 ini. Tapi sifatnya adaptif ini, kayak flatnya tuh nambahin dari persentase ini. Gak beda jauh performa kata gue ini. Nah, kita nggak tahu lah nanti gimana. Bagaimana menurut kalian guys? Aku penasaran tuh siapa sih yang pakai Maiden Beloved si Cafe itu. Itu yang aku penasaran, biar survivability-nya ngangkat gitu. Healingnya dapet, kita nggak perlu healer lagi. Anjay. Ngakak sih ada yang kayak gitu. Kalaupun ada aku salut sih yang punya kayak gitu. Tapi kayaknya nggak berani deh. Dan rata-rata pun nggak ada yang ngambilin Maiden Beloved gitu kan. Sekarang juga nggak banyak yang ngambil gitu.
Let's go get ourselves some answers.
Not ya, it is what it is. Oke, lanjut aja. Wah anjir, Geo nggak tuh? Oh, Jovi Shop atas. Kenapa ada Geo di sini anjir? Yo elah nggak bisa cuy, performanya ini harus 4 dendro, 2 hydro 2 dendro. Gak apa-apa, ada si Cafe itu, ada si Baizhu juga. Oh si Baizhu.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead?
Wow.
The digging marks here appear amateur and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel.
A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
Aku punya firasat kayaknya ada hubungannya dengan Fatui atau adeptus-adeptus sebelumnya. Apa? Lawan-lawannya adeptus sebelumnya ini. Atau bisa dibilang kayaknya ada keturunan gitu.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility.
Tapi kalau Fatui pasti tinggi banget ya.
But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to... curses! Why can't I remember what she said?
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going.
Let's go.
Yeah.
C2 ya. Jetfall Splendor. Oh iya ya. 100% chance generating shields ya nih. Ini weapon ini akan berguna kalau punya C6. Kalau nggak C6, performanya cuma ngandelin di burst. Ini bagus banget ini. Makanya ya, ini signaturnya banget. Makanya open review kok. Apa boleh habis GoFood? Oke. Open kok review sampai gua streaming. Terus. Starter nggak streamingnya? Starter kayaknya streaming. Nggak apa-apa lah. Penting 60 fps. Wait, what? Kok bisa berdamage? Kok bisa berdamage? Bentar, perasaan bukan Baizhu deh. Atau jangan-jangan pasif Baizhu?
There's a sensor here.
Tuh sama Yaka ya, bentar.
Should have made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster-repelling incense? You sure? Because we did run into that group of monsters just now.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper inside the cave. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, Jiang Li was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented an opportunity to save Jia Liang's life, albeit as a last resort.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Jiang Li. Yes, this was the place. This is where I told Jiang Li to
Masya
give me
kok
the
gak
poison.
ganti Korea aja? Gak mau. Semuanya Inggris.
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. She is right below us, waiting for me.
Kalau misalnya mata gua ngantuk, gua tinggal denger aja. Oke, langsung krepeo kita. Banget. GT ini siapa sih? GT. Oh ini kamu GT ya? Bentar. Oh bukan. Siapa kamu? Apa 3351? Apa start lagi bang? Nggak tahu kapan lagi. Sampai internet gua aman ya. Bangnya main ASR juga, ASR. Tapi masih awal-awal banget gua. Masih belum mentok lah intinya. Kamu pengen ribut sama kawan? Splitter because I do it. Ini layarnya mantap ya. Oke, mantap akhirnya. Itu sekelas DPS. Overall bagus. Tapi ada yang harus diganti nggak ya di sini? Nggak ada sih kataku. Nggak ada. Rugi sih kalau diganti nih. Overall bagus ini, nggak usah diganti. Wah, the heck. Oke, ini sih yang harus diganti. Tapi kayaknya kamu sudah mentok 200 crit damage itu sudah enjoy lah. Udah kebantu di sebelah-sebelahnya dan kamu bisa sampai 200, gila. Ini aku tahu terbaik ini. Selama kamu pakai homeless. Kalau kamu nggak pakai homeless, nah itu harus dipertimbangkan. Overall bagus ini. Aku nggak ada komplainnya sih, tahu. Soalnya good ini. Good to be truth aja. Overall bagus totalnya. Ya. Dinding itu anjir.
Take it easy.
Mana ini? Di sini. Langsung buka. Aku Bang Cafe to pay review. Oke. Halo Bang H Blast. Cafe aku nggak tahu ya. Aku sekilas aja ya. Soalnya aku lagi abu-abu cafe nih. Kamu aja baru. Gila 596. Start kayak gini loh. Buset. Pantas. Aku nggak tahu ya performa cafe itu gimana ya. Tapi ya, aku akan bilang cafe itu nggak perlu ayam lagi. Aku tahu sih kalau misalnya milk flower tuh bagus itu ya. Tapi aku juga gak tahu, sama-sama gak tahu. Tapi secara efisiensi ya, kalau bisa energi efisiensi dulu. Ini tuh energinya gede banget dan ini tuh partikelnya cuma dikit banget, cuma 2. Mungkin kalau bisa pakai Favonius mungkin itu jauh lebih baik ketimbang pakai weapon event ini. Energi issue banget ini. Tapi kalau kamu pakai Favonius mungkin bisa mengatasi hal itu. Ada nggak? Ada pasti. Kenapa kamu nggak ada? Ada dong. Ini konsultasi berapa? Channel. Tapi ada, kalau dibilang ada yang harus diganti nggak ada. Cuma kalau untuk efisiensi energi saya nggak tahu deh gimana. Atau kalau nggak pakai kasur gigi kiri. Cuman kamu berani nggak kasur gigi kiri sampai R5? R5 lu aku saranin karena kalau R1 masih nanggung. Kenapa nggak di R5-in aja? Antara Favonius, tapi aku saranin Favonius karena clear rate-mu sudah bagus ini. Tinggal pakai doang selesai. Itu kalau utawanya M270 ke DB200 sama M135 ke 20 bagusan mana ya? Itu tergantung situasional. Tapi karena kamu pakai homeless, bagi gua yang sekarang aja dulu. Lebih baik performa bagus daripada nggak ada sama sekali Bang Maya. R5 tak tumbal buat upgrade sinetron aja. R5 craft claymore Inazuma. Iya, kalaupun nggak punya claymore Inazuma atau Katsuragi Kiri Nagamasa gitu ya namanya. Yang claymore Inazuma itu aku nggak tahu namanya. Ya intinya gitu, Katsuragi Kiri Nagamasa itu. Kalau nggak punya atau misalnya nggak ada, pakai Favonius. Soalnya aku cek di sini tuh clear rate-nya udah 56. Oke, berarti stay aja ya. Kasih. Iya, oke. Thank you ya, Bang. Ini aku bilang perspektif dari F2P ya, dan juga performa gua saat gua main Genshin di PC ya. Kalau di HP saya nggak tahu ya, saya tidak menjamin. Saya punya gamenya di HP. Genshin itu capek men, nggak bisa gua. Mustar aja tuh pakai tim meta tuh nggak bisa gua. Gerakin 2 tangan tuh beda banget. Gerakin 2 jempol tuh beda banget dengan gerakin 2 tangan. Oke, satu lagi. Kamu harus level up ini ke level 90 kalau kamu pakai dia terus-menerus. Atau pengen memaksimalkan performa dia. Soalnya ya belum. Dendro core burst harus dari performa si ini, elemental mastery dan juga levelnya. Semakin gede level maka semakin gede damage-nya. Damage belum Dendro core burst-nya. Maka burst-nya si cafe itu makin akan berkurang. Gitu. Glided. Ini glided overall bagus sih. Goblet gila man. Dengan meniatkan sesuatu ya dapat kayak gini loh. Gila. Oh ya, air-airan pakai aqua itu harus 200 ke atas, 150 masih agak. Iya, harus 200 lebih. Saya aja 200 pakai recurve bow masih kurang. Nih ya, jalan gue ya. Pakai recurve bow ini ya. LR 215 itu masih kurang. 220-an lebih. Saya aja pakai 2 emblem nih. Demi memanfaatkan energi dulu gua daripada gua berdamage-nya. Misalnya gua fokus damage tiba-tiba energinya nggak nongol, nah itu sama aja bohong anjir. DPS-nya turun drastis itu. C6 sebroken banet atau kurang? Katanya C6 si cafe itu katanya bait ya. Gak sebroken yang gua kira. Selama ini yang gua potensinya si cafe C6 itu kayak aneh aja gitu. Ini tuh bisa dibilang kayak extra reaction dari Dendro itu. Ini by the way nggak ada IC di sini. Malahan ya aku mikir ya C6 cafe ini tuh gak beda jauh dengan C6-nya si Kole. Aku mikir ke sini. Kenapa? Karena ini extra reaction juga. Extra dendro hit ini. Begitu juga dengan si cafe ini. Percayalah. Forma kamu tuh gak beda jauh dengan kayak C6 Kole kak, kalau kata gue. Ini menurut gue ya. Jadi agak bait lah kata gue. Makanya aku saran itu mungkin kemungkinan kalau kamu kejar C3 atau C4. Udah stay di sini dulu untuk sekarang. Ini menurut gue ya. Tapi ini masih awal-awal. Jadi kita nggak tahu performa C6 itu gimana. Tos sekarang masih di teori crafting sih, jadi belum tahu performanya itu berada di mana dia tuh, di atas kepalanya itu. Ya intinya sih itu kalau kata gue. Oh ya tadi Bang Huamea ya, kalau kamu C2 yalan kamu itu bisa bener-bener ngatasi energi issue nih di C1 nih. Berarti kalau kamu pakai sensor kamu bisa pakai HP. Ini tuh berapa sih rekomendasinya kalau dia C1? 150. Kamu pakai aqua simulacra aman. Saya aja pakai recurve bow aja. Itu bisa insya Allah aman itu. Kalau kamu masih nggak energy issue, masih serak-serak air, kamu harus C1 mau nggak mau kalau misalnya males cari artefak lagi. Itu sesuai perspektif gua sih itu. Jadi mau Nilo next run biar KKN kepake di Nilo. Hah? Punya KKN kamu bang? Sekarang pakein ke Layla ya. Sedih banget sih. Aku saranin si Nilo dulu baru baru KKN. Kenapa kamu punya KKN bang? Apa kamu pengen nyarinya si ini? Nyari katalisnya Nahida? Punya tuh. Sasu gadis. Udah lama KKN. Oh udah lama. Berarti Nilo dengan siapa? Riran tuh. Nilo dengan siapa saat itu? Pertama kali Nilo tuh. Nilo sama siapa ya? Lupa gue. Itu kan Saino dengan si ini. Siapa sih? Saino dengan Anda tahu siapa namanya? Lupa gue. Lupa cuy. Siapa Riran? Gue dapet sinetron Nahida tapi gak ada Nahidanya. Sayang banget. Pakai Sucrose aja gitu. Kalau nggak ada Nahida pakai Sucrose aja biar kepake gitu. Emang katalisnya Nahida itu untuk apa sih? Sorry aku nggak tahu guys ya. Kayak dia tuh nambah damage sama elemental mastery deh itu. Sucrose aja gitu. Buat ganyu primonya ya aku pakein ke Sucrose. Nah pakein aja sih. Oh iya. Bentar. Nahida. Aku udah ada sih Nahida dapat PT 10 kali 10. Tidak. Signature Nahida M, full M ya. Signaturenya maksud. Aku udah ada sih Nahida dapat PT 10 kali pun. Oh, signaturenya udah ya. Oke, Bang. Bentar ya. Lagi story. Story. Oh, nanda kore. Tunggu buang. Oke. Bar.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this
Saya
mechanism
padahal
can not
bawang
only
Baizhu.
clear barriers, but also be
Baizhu
conducted
tapi
by
malah dikasih
corresponding
paket
mechanisms.
sini.
Perhaps it's something we can make use of.
Oh, kamu harusnya dapat KKN gitu, tapi dapatnya itu ya. Sekarang gacha bajunya malah nyicil. Habis primomu. Apa ini? Apakah aku harus on? Oh. Ini apa ini?
Paimon doesn't see any barrier-breaking mechanisms around here. There are tracks here, and it looks like they're connected to something. Shall we follow it
Sekarang
and
gacanya
see where
bikinnya.
it takes us?
Ini maksudnya kayak gimana ya? Activate. Oh, gitu toh. Nyicil aja, dosa terlalu ini parah amat. Ini mana chestnya ya? Oh, itu chestnya.
Here. Commemorate.
The doctor will see you.
Emang on-field tuh bagusnya di dia ini cuy. Anjir.
Scanning.
With all my strength.
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
Nih. Oh. Woi, langsung mati. Bentar, aku mau cek dulu ya. Masalah sini ini pengaruh ya. When your own FT character hits a nearby opponent with their attacks, Baizhu will unleash the consumer's pride. Oh. Oh gitu toh. Berarti ini bisa dapet on-off-field bener C2-nya. Pantes kayak ada dendro gitu. Naruhodo. Lo ngerti sekarang. Itu C2 Baizhu ya. Aku tuh bingung tuh di situ kok ada C1 kata. Kalau ada konstelasi gitu kayak nggak pernah dipakai gitu. Itu game changing juga lo tuh C2-nya itu. Buset, dia batuk cuy sambil berlari. Gila nggak tuh? Berarti bukan di sini. Anjir, gak ada itu primonya. Tak ada primo. Ini mau kemana ini? Oh, ke sana. sat sut sat sut. Ini kalau gue jatuh beneran jatuh nggak ya? Beneran jatuh gimana? Kemana lagi nih? Ini tidak bisa. Oh, chest. Oh, Jovi Shop anjir. Oh, Jovi Shop ini dikutuk.
Jiangli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Grow!
Busted.
Juga
They're
terus.
about to get sighted.
Dr. Baizhu, how serious is it? Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's destroy the remains right away! It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what Baizhu said? The poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect. And the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition under control. So, if it stops working... Oh no. Are you saying...
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I wondered when this day might come.
Waduh.
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After all that, we can't just give up on him! Baizhu, you're a great doctor! Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
Baizhu!
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiangli, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something?
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness. Maybe it's her greatest wish that you will continue to take it and live.
Dr. Baizhu, give it to me straight. How long does Jiangli have?
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But if I were to treat her using a secret art...
But what would be the point of that? Dr. Baizhu, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You are not the first to mention it to me. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiangli have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I would have to live with the looming threat of these remains breaking out and wreaking havoc not just upon me, but my entire family. I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see how you grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis. If my choice can bring Jiangli back, then even if I die...
Jialiang...
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life. Traveler, Dr. Baizhu, could I have another minute with my wife? I just want to have one final moment together. Just a moment. That's all.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that I won't be able to repay your kindness in this life.
Jialiang, Baizhu, Changsheng, is there really nothing else you can do?
I am sure that over the years, Jiangli will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides Changsheng's secret art.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiangli would not have had to resort to unnatural methods. What a crazy situation! Jiangli risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now Jialiang has to sacrifice himself to save Jiangli. What's the point of it all?
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause? At least, that's what generations of masters before you have always believed.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once Haya was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurers Guild to search for you. So, I know that you'll both be okay without me. I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch how you grow up.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad. Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing will happen to our family.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live, the tighter we cling to what we have. Oh, how I would love to hear your voice one last time.
Jialiang! 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 Jialiang!
Dad, are you awake?
Jiangli, are you? Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Eh?
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me in detail?
Dr. Baizhu, I thought that I was going to...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
Oh.
I'm a zombie?
That's
Oh,
right.
Chi-Chi.
Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I'm as interested as you to find out. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Who finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for Jia Liang's iron will. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them. And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Who's assistance. After all, did you not tell Jia Liang to show us the way before we set off for Qingsa village?
Oops. And I'm busted.
Without Director Who nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiang Li in time.
I knew someone was listening to go push.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once, but apparently not.
Director Who told me to keep her suggestion a secret, but it seems nothing escapes Dr. Baizhu's attention.
Never underestimate a serpent's sense of smell.
Companionnya.
All I wanted was to help Jia Liang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes making the journey more difficult than it needs to be. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle. Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baizhu, and cure Dad for good!
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng Funeral Parlor out of business. If you're serious about it, you'll have your work cut out for you.
We do. What do?
Traveler, Paimon. I'll catch you all another time.
Is she finally gone?
All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably do something to celebrate this hard-earned family reunion. At times like this, a grand celebratory feast is in order.
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Jiangli and Ayu around the dinner table.
Yay! Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off to the market for some fresh ingredients. Let's go!
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just doing my duty.
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu, Changsheng, would you mind if we took this conversation outside?
Oh, ini perspektif lain ini.
Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Chenyu Vale. Changsheng, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way.
Eh?
Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu.
Wait, Jiang ini siapa sih?
I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way it functions.
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're not too upset at me for copying your methods.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, I believe you would have eventually arrived at the same approach. But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of it. Jialiang's still only been in your care for a few days. Not just that, you even managed to improve upon the original formula. That cannot be explained by intellect alone. Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you try out some of the poison on yourself?
Huh. Told you the truth would surface sooner or later.
Nggak bisa lagi.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changsheng's contract lets you transfer between bodies, is it?
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art also allows for the transfer of toxins and diseases. When I treated Jialiang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this allow me to alleviate the burden on him, but it also gave me an opportunity to study its properties. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed, any remaining poison in me will have already dissipated.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the god's remains back there, then even you might have... What am I saying? I'm in no position to criticize you for this. The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old. And I didn't want him using up any more of his own life force to treat my husband. But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another. And then you tried the poison on yourself too. It looks like both of us have ended up going the same way as our master before us. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, having given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death, whatever the cost? Maybe our fate is sealed the moment we decide to study medicine.
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changsheng to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself. There are so many that some of them I don't even recognize. Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu Vale believes in the same thing.
Hey, food's ready!
Mom, come and join us! The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes and said even Dad'll be able to taste them. Come and try them out!
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, slow down. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you, but please don't forget that if one day you're not around anymore, Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you, they will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I can only hope so.
Baizhu, what What did Jiang Li mean by not around anymore? Are you gonna be okay? Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Jiang Li's master, has passed away at a young age. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said that the contract with you helps people live longer.
It is a very long story.
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poisoned chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me, did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojin. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the laws of life and death. Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they cannot help but reach beyond human means. They are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope in a dark world filled with pain and suffering.
So, Baizhu, does that mean...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jia Liang feared for Jiang Li's life, or Jiang Li grieved over Jia Liang's sacrifice. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. But I do not wish to join their ranks, nor do I wish to pass on this contract to anyone else in the future.
Huh? But didn't you already transfer a ton of diseases onto yourself?
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease, a disease? When it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms that affect the operations of the human body? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact be a kind of poison. Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no different from the way our ancestors tested the medicinal qualities of herbs by sampling each and every one. I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Changsheng to perish from losing her host. This leaves only one solution, doesn't it? Precisely. I will be Changsheng's final host, and the tradition of passing down the contract will end with me.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me. You're getting greedy, Baizhu.
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us human? For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up towards the moon.
Huh. For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Dr. Baizhu, Traveler, what are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
We also have coconut milk for Changsheng and Paimon.
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten. I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy her body and mind.
True. And yet, although we call them simple pleasures, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?
Lagi dari ya. Coffee. Yeay. Selesai juga akhir.
Oh, lead the way. Follow me. Everything's ready. Let's go.
Oke, lanjut farming. Sedih sih, asli lo, sumpah lo, sedih banget anjir. Sedih tuh nggak sedih tapi sedih aja gitu. Sudah memutuskan untuk berada di jalan yang tidak biasa gitu.
Everybody stand! Absorption test. Nice and spicy. Go, Barrett Bunny.
Wah, mati ya. Anjir, dapat kayak gini gua. Wow. Oke, langsung Layla ya. Oh iya, event dulu. Eventnya belum kelar anjir, gua lupa. Seru dan sedih gitu, kayak oh ya ampun, rasanya aneh aja gitu. Tapi ya begitulah.
Come at me.
Varied Higgs. Ini bisa manjat nggak ya? Visualize. Sana ya. Wah, ada lagi anjir. Sorry. Dia di atasnya anjir. Sticks to the ground. Oh, begitu toh. Sana ya. Project connectivity. Oh bisa anjir. Kira nggak bisa. Ini harus manjat. Nice. Kencing dulu.
Where's my key? Oh, not again.
Malesin ini gua. Berapa menit itu ngurusin? Lagi.
It's good to get...
Sudah. Sudah. Tinggal di atas tuh.
out and stretch your legs once in a while.
Kok malah kesana? Situ. Mati banyak nih. Ini kemana anjir? Oh, Anisara. Image. Define 3. It's easy. So everyone's joined effort to wisdom gala when smoothly successful. Everyone should put over the fun events during the gala receive a leave permit for 3D vacation strings attached. However, after everyone got their leave permit, there's one more leave permit left in the box. Why is that? Vacation. No. Was everyone allowed to take only the leave permit? No. Was everyone allowed to take only? Where was it? Did all leave permits? Limits leave permit. Was the leave permit in the box still found? Were any new leave permits placed in the box? Was the leave permit in the box still valid? Did the leave permit in the box belong to someone else? Some letter with privileges. It sounds just different reward. No. Was anyone not allowed to claim their leave? One leave permit. Permit ini apa sih? Permission. Some of the leave. So just different price. Buset. kok aku menang lagi anjir. Sekali doang. Thank you Bahar. Deg-degan gua. Dah, selesai. Oh ya, ini apa ya? Tadi. Lupa. Omni Director. Oh ya, aku mau ke Tipot, harus ke situ. Story Layla dulu. Ini udah semua ya. Silent status. Seru sih. Anjir loh. Nah, aku ke mention dulu. Kayaknya ada yang baru itu. Ah, itu dia. Oke gitu. Ini yang berat. Oke lah, kita ke Layla aja. Berapa jam gue streaming? Enggak tertulis di sini. Kayaknya lebih dari 3 jam deh. Hello.
Oh, we meet again. Sorry, but I don't really have time to chat right now.
Clearly chill.
Yeah, it's been days since I've had a good night's sleep. I was originally looking up some information at the House of Dana, but the more I read, the more I realized that my thesis is horribly lacking.
I'm excited.
I should have been done with the first draft of my thesis by now, but I've barely written a third. Well, I guess I have to keep looking up as much info as possible. I shouldn't give up now, but who am I kidding? Maybe I'm not cut out to be a researcher. Maybe I shouldn't have come to the academia in the first place. All I've done is cause trouble for my advisor and classmates. I should probably notify my advisor sooner than later, so he can focus his attention on the other students. No, I don't even have the guts to bring it up, and I I haven't completely given up yet. To be honest, I haven't slept a wink for days. Just thinking about the awful state of my thesis keeps me up at night. Lack of sleep hinders my ability to focus, and if I can't focus, I can't do any proper research or thinking. I'm stuck in a vicious cycle. I've seen the caliber of the other academia students. They're all geniuses and fast learners. I'm nowhere near as gifted as they are. Oh, if it wasn't for someone who's been helping me out, my advisor probably would have kicked me out of the Darshan by now.
Green fungus elder.
No. All my friends are back home. I'm the only one who got to come study at the academia. This might sound strange, but I actually don't know who's been helping me. I don't even know if they're a person or not. Due to my lack of sleep, I sometimes get dizzy and faint when I'm stressed out. Yeah, but oddly enough, when I wake up, all the things I was stressing over are taken care of. My homework's somehow finished before the deadline, and my papers are perfectly written. But that's not all. My flowers are watered, laundry's done, even my broken camera was fixed. I really don't know what's going on, but for now, I'm calling the phenomenon a blessing from the stars. Maybe the stars above decided to help out after seeing all the effort I put into my research. If that's even possible. But there's no point in me studying at the academia if I keep relying on this mysterious phenomenon. It comes down to my own efforts, improving one step at a time. How else can I honor my parents and live up to the expectations of everyone who knows me? Oh no, I've already spent too much time chatting. I still haven't made much headway on my thesis. At this rate, I'll need the Wisdom Sealy's help. Yes, but time's of the essence, so I have to take what I can get. Sorry, I'm just making excuses. But the Wisdom Sealy is truly amazing and freely shares its endless knowledge. If you want its help, all you have to do is write down your question and you'll get a response a short while later. No one knows who or what it actually is. It's just known as the Wisdom Sealy. But getting an answer all comes down to the Sealy's mood. Sometimes it'll only give you a vague answer or play tricks on you. I'm pretty sure a researcher wouldn't do something like that. All I can do right now is hope that it helps me. Who knows if it'll happen this time? I can't put all my eggs in one basket. Trying my luck with another phenomenon is better than doing nothing. You're right. I need to keep a level head. I don't have time to waste. But what do we do from here?
I can't just go back and start packing to leave. Rest? But my deadline's just around the corner. Oh, I don't think I can afford to rest right now. You do have a point. Oh, sorry. I tend to panic easily, as you can see. Then how should I rest? I definitely won't be able to sleep. As soon as I close my eyes, all kinds of thoughts start floating into my head. Oh, that's a good idea. A cup of coffee might help clear my head. Let's go.
Change of pace.
Let's sit down here and have some coffee and sweets. It'll help me put my thoughts together. No. We're here to rest. My problems will have to wait for now.
Oh, hey, Layla.
Huh?
I'm one of Layla's classmates. I just came by to say hi.
Hi.
We just submitted our theses and we're totally beat. Everyone will be meeting here to celebrate. Seeing how relaxed you look, you must have already had your thesis finished ages ago.
Oh, no, I'm actually having a lot of trouble with it.
You say that every time we talk, but you've never missed a deadline. Not only that, your papers are always well written and thorough. Your advisor is constantly praising your work. Yet you're always going around saying stuff like, I can't make it, I don't understand, I'm super worried. That kind of talk doesn't reflect your work at all, you know.
Well,
For starters, she doesn't even try to participate with the group at all. It's one thing that she's not willing to help us, but she doesn't even bother showing up for our discussion meetings. Every time we come to see her, she looks out of sorts and on the verge of a breakdown. It's not like we can't finish our own theses without her, but no one wants to always see her this way.
I know. Sorry.
Whatever, there's no point in starting an argument here. If you think she can justify her behavior, then that's your opinion.
Thanks for standing up for me. I really want to help the others, but most of the time I'm barely scraping by myself. There's very little I can help with. Yeah, I can't ever tell my classmates about that. I'd be a mess if they ever reported it to my advisor. It's really just a big misunderstanding, and there's nothing I can do about it. Everyone just gives me weird looks and judges me.
It's making it really difficult to find friends. It's actually pretty rare for someone to actively engage in a conversation with me, like you do. Huh? What do you mean? Yeah, that's exactly it. Seems you know just as well as I do. The thing is, I'm terrible under pressure. That's just my nature. Even the thought of everyone's expectations back home is enough to make me feel nervous. And the more nervous I get, the worse things become around me. Take what Munira just said, for example. I don't think I'll be able to get it out of my mind for the entire day. That means I won't be able to relax at all today. Face it head on? What should I do? Do you really think I can? Okay. I've got a pen and paper with me. Let me go through them real quick. The theory sections are pretty much finished. I'll be able to finish organizing the rest on my own. As of now, I'm missing crucial observation data. I need the results of an observation to validate the conclusion of my thesis. And then there's the preparation for my thesis defense. I'll need to mentally prepare. What? You want to help me with my thesis? Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't even know how to show you my gratitude. You're so kind. I had no idea I'd meet someone so nice in Sumeru City. Okay, I'll do my best. It's the least I can do, considering everything you've already done for me. First on the list is the experiment to get observational data. I actually had it all planned out several days ago and even borrowed a celestial globe from a Mahamada. However, the weather was rainy every single day after I borrowed it, and I was unable to compare the night sky against the celestial globe. There were a lot of people waiting to borrow the celestial globe, and I wasn't able to extend my time slot. So I returned it and haven't been able to borrow it again since. That's why I still haven't performed the necessary observations yet. I don't know what to do. That's right. The celestial globe is a high-precision device used specifically for researching the stars. Submitting an application to borrow one from the academia is pretty much the only way for me to get my hands on one. Huh? Why the Adventurers Guild? Oh, I see. The Adventurers Guild is open to everyone's commission, so she might have some ideas. Okay, let's go and try our luck.
Aku kayaknya off stream dulu guys. Ini ada aku off stream dulu lah. Nanti aku kelarin ini di off stream aja. Nah, itu aja guys kayaknya. Aku off stream dulu ya. Oke, kita kembali lagi ke waktu mendatang nanti. Ya, itu aja guys kayaknya. Off stream dulu ya. Terima kasih udah nonton ya. Sampai jumpa. Aku minta maaf ya kalau mendadak kayak gini. Chat tiba-tiba. Ya itu aja guys. Aku off stream dulu. Terima kasih atas partisipasinya. Sampai jumpa stream berikutnya. Bye bye.